right, Jas Prince, what's good?
What's good, man?
Everything, man. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you, man. It's a blessing.
Absolutely. So first of all, you got a new artist, Tone Stith.
Mm-hmm.
Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes, it's Tone Stith.
I was listening to some of the music. It is dope, and it kind of reminds me of Chris Brown a little bit.
Okay, yeah, a little resemblance.
A little resemblance, and he actually wrote for Chris Brown before, right?
Yeah. He wrote Liquor. Yeah, well, excuse me. He wrote and produced Liquor for Chris Brown, and also Make Love, and both of them are on the royalty album.
So how did you end up hooking up with Tone Stith originally?
Well, actually through Justin Bieber, in a way. Me and Bieber were kicking at his house, listening to music, and he was like, "Bro, I have it's this boy group that I found on YouTube that I like, that they had covered one of my songs." He was like, "I want you to check it out." So I checked it out. He played it for me. That's when Tone was in a group called SJ3. So he played it for me, and I was like, "They're dope." He was like, "It reminds me of a new Boyz II Men," he was saying. I was like, "I could see it." So he was like, "I want you to reach out to him." He was like, "I know you're good at, finding artists and blah, blah, blah. I really don't have the time for it, so just reach out." So of course I reached out to him. I sent them a message, and they reached back. And during that time, I guess Justin was busy on the road or whatever. And I was like, "I got the group. What do you want to do with them?" He never responded to me, so I signed him, and that was that.
Okay, so you signed him as a group, but now you're focusing on
His solo project.
On Tone Stith as a solo artist. Why is that?
Yes. Just for numerous of reasons. I don't think the labels was looking for a group at that time. And we had several meetings, and just, I kind of, saw through what they were looking at, and, they wanted Tone. So I had to, I kept trying to push the group and make it happen, but, it just wasn't the right time for it. I'm not saying there could never be a group, but right now we're gonna focus on Tone project.
Okay. Now, how did the rest of the group take the news that you're not focusing on just Tone?
I think in the beginning everyone was a little, salty, but after, I explained to them the bigger picture, they get it. And we all still work, so it's, they all play a big part of, YMG and everything, from writing, producing, to video, to, whatever we need to do. So, they're very intelligent young men.
Okay, now how'd you end up hooking him up with Chris Brown?
Just me being me, having the relationships I have, and the friends, and, knowing Chris is working on a project, and just having my guys give us my ear, and, playing it for Chris. And I know that, once I played it for him, he will like it. So he cut like 5 or 6 songs of Tone's music, and 2 of them are on the album.
Okay, now were they actually together when they were working on the songs, or was it just reference tracks?
It was reference tracks. They were already completed. There was Tone songs.
Okay.
So
now, how did he react to having 2 songs on Chris Brown's album?
I think any kid would be, especially like in this age of having someone like Chris. Thank Chris for giving us that opportunity. Having someone like Chris to really just accept the gift that Tone has. So he was very excited, especially the first time he heard it. He was like, "Oh, bro, it really happened." I was like, "We got much more to do, so just don't take this one."
So who else has he been working with outside of Chris Brown?
Numerous of people. We just, we kind of work for ourselves, and then if someone likes it or whatever, if the opportunity permits, we'll let them have it. But I'm really focused on Tone. That's my next big thing.
I mean, was there a certain degree of, man, like, this could be Tone's hit songs, but Chris Brown is like one of the biggest artists in the world, so what do we do here,
I never thought of it like that, because this is what we do. Like, we make great music. So I'm not just gonna hold on something and feel like, oh, this could have been it, because this kid does it all day. So it never was that, oh man, this could have been his song, or no. I mean, I feel like everything we've done so far has been, a good game plan to what's gonna come.
Okay. Now, he signed to you under your label.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how how involved are you with the actual music making process?
I'm all the way involved. I'm there from helping create it to being in here to everything. Me trying to sing notes, trying to tell him what I hear. Can you do it? He gets it. So I'm totally involved. I'm probably more involved than anybody.
Okay. Like, how good is your singing, or how bad is your singing?
My singing?
Yeah.
Oh, I sound good.
You sound good?
I sound
okay.
I sound like I'm like Lil Mike.
Okay. I mean, you see a lot of the, when you look at the really successful CEOs, label CEOs, they're not hands off. Certain ones are hands off. Like Steve Rifkin, from Loud SRC was fairly hands off. But there's other people, like Baby, who are really hands on.
Right.
Like, Puffy, super hands on. Like
Right.
he's in the studio, he's working on the stuff. I mean, you're trying to be one of the CEOs that are hands on, or eventually be hands off?
I'm always gonna be hands on because I love being in the studio. I love creating. I love just all around just the music business. So I'm always gonna be hands on. I feel like if I'm not in here, I'm missing something, and I have to be around. If I'm not in here, I'm FaceTiming them or I'm on Skype. Like I'm here. So.
Mm-hmm. So what's next for Tone Stith?
It's I want the world to hear. I tell everybody we making music for the world, not just the neighborhood. So it's time for the world to hear he's an amazing artist, man. Like he does everything. He plays all instruments. He creates, everything that you're going to hear from Tone is 100% him. From the writing to the production to the arrangements to everything. So he's dancing like he's that person. If I could pick 3 people that I could say is Tone, it would be Mike, Prince, and Quincy all in one.
Michael Jackson, Prince, and Quincy Jones.
Yes.
That's a big statement right there.
I'm telling you.
That's a very big statement.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we're looking
that's my
forward to
next
hearing a lot
project.
more from him, man. He definitely sounds dope so far.
Oh, I'm telling you, his sound, is real music. That's what we missing, is that real feel, And he's so young, so all he's gonna do is grow. And every day I see something different. I'm like, okay, you get it. Like this thing, everyone doesn't get it, I feel like. And he's special, he gets it.
So what's next for you? You got your artist, but who else is on the label outside of Tone?
There's a couple other artists on the label, but I take my time with them, But Tone is, priority right now. And once I get him going, everything's gonna flow. But Tone is most definitely, the house name right now.
Okay. And you brought Tone to record labels?
A couple record labels are looking at them. We're just shopping, but it doesn't stop me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just keep working. Like, I hear, well, we're gonna do a deal this week, we're gonna do a deal. Okay, when it comes, it comes. If not, we're still gonna do what we're gonna do, because we have the money here too.
I feel you. Now, do you feel that you really need record labels these days?
Yeah, I feel like for an artist like Tone, like it helps because he's just not no local joker. He's, he has something in him that could really change the world. Like he makes great music that you need, that extra support, that extra team, and why not? Like you can use it.
Okay. Now, why not work the rap a lot on Tone?
It comes back to the Drake thing. Everything is not for because I have my own label now, and rap a lot is there, but my dad's not really focused on music, like he used to be. He's more into the boxing and everything else. So, I am like rap a lot, so it's the same thing.
Now, outside of your music label, because we talked about how your dad had a lot of different businesses. Like, do you have your hands in other stuff, or is it just all your music label?
Yeah, we have a condom company.
Wait, you have a condom company?
Yeah, we have a condom called Strapped.
Strapped.
Yeah, Strapped, man. It's safe sex, man. Good. So
Okay, strapped condoms. I think I've heard of this actually.
You know, we
And you
that,
guys have distribution and all that?
Yeah, you just find the CBSs and all kind of places. You know, we sell hay to the horse tracks.
Hay to the horse tracks.
Yeah, the horse track. We have a 1,200 acre ranch, and we have coastal, you know, hay and black Angus cows and all that.
Wow. Because I remember seeing pictures of your dad way back in the day, and he was living on a ranch. Like he had horses in the back and everything else like that. Was that the house you grew up in?
Nah, we always had a ranch. Like we always had a ranch.
Okay.
So it's just, you know, he'd go out there and that's where he going. It's peaceful. He going. And now he got an island, so that's where his peace is at now. So.
Wait, your dad has an island?
Yeah, we have an island in Belize.
Oh, in Belize.
Yeah.
Okay, you've been out there?
Oh yeah.
Did you hook up with Shine when you went out there?
No, he actually DM'd me when I was there, but I didn't really get it till I got back. I was like, oh damn, Shine's out here. So yeah, he had DM'd me when I was there.
Well, Shine's dad was actually the president of Belize.
Oh, for real?
For real.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Shine talk sometimes. I actually wrote him when he was still in prison and stuff like that. So
Okay.
Our relationship goes back. Yeah, no, Shine, because, you know, Shine can't come back to the U.S. after he got deported. So, you know, he set up shop and, you know, he's from Belize. His dad is the president. You know, not to say that his mom and his dad is split up, so it's not like he was part of that whole situation, but still, right. Your dad's the president. So at the end of the day, like when you look at, you know, the legacy that your father left, what's the legacy that the Jas Prince wants to leave?
I just want to be great, bro. I just want to, you know, just know me for everything that I touch. I made it go. Like, I'm nonstop. I want to work as hard as my dad and do things times 10 that Rap-A-Lot has done. And Rap-A-Lot has made a great impact in the hip-hop world. And I just want to take that and learn from it and do it to another level, which I'm going to do. I started it pretty well, and I'm going to continue it.
So you were helping get features on a bunch of Rap-A-Lot albums. Your dad told you to go out and find artists with a buzz.
Yeah.
Who'd you find?
Drake.
That was the first artist you found?
That was my, yep. That was my first artist that I went out to look for. I was, like, I knew, like, I came across all the artists. I came across Soulja Boy before. I came across, like, that was when, like, everybody was, like, popping. That part of, like, a rock star group, like, I came across a lot of people. But Drake was something that, you know, when I heard, I was like, I get it.
Okay, so you're in Houston, Drake is in Canada.
Yeah.
How did you come across Drake?
MySpace. I'm the internet man. I know how to get on there and find what I like. And I came across his page, and I was like, what the fuck? And I looked like Toronto. I think that was like the first time I ever even heard of Toronto, Canada. Honestly, I was like, Toronto, where the hell is that at? I was like, he's dope. So I sent him a message, and he responded. So.
Okay, so you found Drake on MySpace.
It was brand new. It was, I think, the comeback season mixtape, and he had a video, Replacement Girl, him and Trey Songz. That's where I was like, okay.
Okay. Well, I'd heard a story, yeah, because I guess Trey initially hooked up with Drake, and I guess Trey Songz wanted to sign him, but it never worked out.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Okay, all right.
He should have.
That's just what I heard, but that may or may not be true. So, but obviously they're working together because they had a song together, and Trey was already kind of, you know, not where he is right now, but he was already up there.
Yeah, I believe Trace was an established artist then. So.
Yeah, exactly. So you heard these songs on Drake's MySpace page, you reached out, and then what happened?
I reached out to him, I told him, you know, I gave him an introduction to who I was, and of course he heard, you know, Rap-A-Lot and everything, so, you know, that's how our conversation really got past of, you know, talking to somebody you really don't know. So we talked, and I told him, I was like, yo, I like your music. And he was like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna make you famous. He was like, I hear that a lot, bro. He was like, but if you can, cool. Like, he was very just like, okay, cool. I was like, no, like, seriously, I got this. He was like, all right. So we just stayed in contact, and I was sending him beats that he wasn't supposed to have at that time. And he was rapping over it, and I would just put it out there, send it to people like Wayne and everything. And, at first, no one accepted it. I told my dad, like, yo, I found somebody that has a buzz, I feel like, and it's hot. Like, let me hear it. I played it for him. He didn't get it. He's like, what's all this singing he doing on this music? I was like, this is gonna be the new thing. He was like, maybe, do something else with it, basically. I was like, okay. But like I said, I'm persistent, man. When I believe in something, I go for it.
Well, you had said in a previous interview that when you first played Drake for Wayne, Wayne thought that it sucked.
Yeah, I sent it to him. He told me, I was like, yo, I got an artist, I need your help. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, send it to me. I sent it to him. I waited like a week. I hit him every day. You heard it. He finally hit me back. I was like, yo, bro, he sucked. Don't ever play this shit for me again. I was like, and that's the time like I really like looked up to Wayne. You know what I'm saying? He was like my brother. Like we were kicking it hard. So, and he was such at his peak of his career. Like he was getting up there. So I kind of like, okay, but it didn't stop me though.
Okay. Now, after that, there was a situation where you were in the car with Wayne where you started playing him Drake again. Talk about that.
That was, I had booked Wayne out here for a New Year's party. And he came out here, did his New Year's party, and the next day was like an off day. I think it was New Year's Day. And he was like, hey, bro, take me down to the jeweler. It's my jeweler on West Tom and Emmett. So we got in the car. So, of course, I'm always thinking of some type of business move or whatever. I'm like, I always was taught to capitalize on the opportunity. I was like, you know what? I got him in my car. I'm about to play some Drake. So we riding, I'm playing shit, I'm jamming, I'm looking at him, and I see him over there like, bobbing his head. I was like, okay. So I played the next song. He was like, who is this? I was like, oh, that's that nigga Drake that you told me you didn't like. He was like, oh, all right. So I started playing stuff. I played the next song, was Brand New, which was a song Drake was singing on. So I played it. He was like, who is this? I was like, that's Drake. He sing too. He's like, he sing? I was like, yeah. I was like, he act too. He's like, oh, okay. I played him another rap song. It was to a beat that he wasn't supposed to have, but it was one of Wayne beats. So I played it, and he was like, he didn't even ask, like, how you get the beat? But he just listened to what he was saying. He was like, he's good. He's like, where he at? I was like, he's in Toronto. He was like, Toronto? I was like, yeah, Canada. It was like, oh, it's like, I was like, man, I can get him here ASAP. Like, I need y'all to meet. He was like, I'm about to call him right now. So I called him. At that time, Drake was sitting in a barber chair, getting a haircut. He was like, hey, Jas, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm getting a haircut. I said, hold up 1 second. I said, somebody wanna holler at you. I gave him the phone, and he was like, yo, what's up? And Wayne was like, yo. Drake was like, who is this? He was like, it's Weezy. Drake kind of like paused, like I'm pretty sure he looked at his phone like, is this like for real? And he was like, yo, I'm about to get the phone back to my brother Jas. He gonna set it up. So I got back on the phone. I was like, yo, what's up? He was like, was that Wayne? I was like, yeah, it was Wayne. He was like, what's up? I was like, send me your information. I'm gonna fly you out here tonight. But we couldn't. It was already late, and so I flew him out the next morning to Houston, and I introduced him to Wayne, and Wayne kind of was like, he always had this funny way. Like, he didn't really speak to him. He came on the bus kind of like, so Drake was like, does he like me? I was like, yeah, he's just him. He's just cool. So that night we drove on a bus to Atlanta, and that night we went in the studio. That's where we cut the first Forever, Stunt Hard, and another song I can't think of. And about 2 weeks later, them songs leaked, and that was that.
Okay, so you put Wayne and Drake in the studio together. They record, a few songs.
Mm-hmm. The original Forever and Stunt Hard. That's when we got Eminem and Kanye on it after.
Oh, that song.
Yeah. It
Ah,
was the original
okay.
one. It was Wayne, Drake, and Kid.
Right. Kid got taken off at one point.
Yeah, he got taken off, and then that's when we put Eminem and Kanye.
Right. Kind of a pretty fair trade there, if you ask me. So they're recording songs together. Now, is Drake signed to you at this point?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. This is all some homie shit that's happening.
Yeah, it's all, let's grind. Let's make it happen.
Okay. So at what point did the business start to come in the picture?
Just after we knew we were going to work together. We just had to figure out how we want to put everybody together. I knew I always was going to be down with them. I just didn't know what partners that we were going to have because everyone was still on that, let's figure it out. But then once they start seeing like, yo, he's really good now. Okay, now let's really figure it out then.
Okay. So then he signs to your label.
He signs to, whoa, how did this start? Man, there's so much into this. He signs to Expire, which was the management group.
Your management group.
Yeah. And then we did the deal with everybody else.
Okay, so he signs to your management group, and then he signs to Young Money, Cash Money?
Right.
At no point did you try to bring it back to your dad and be like, yo, Dad, like rap a lot, Drake, like, yo, like, there's songs now, etc. Like,
no, because we sat down with everybody. We had, agreements. And at that time, Wayne was on fire. He was on a roll. Like, it wasn't a bad look. So, why not?
Okay.
It was a smart business move, I feel like.
Well, and having that Wayne co-sign took it to a whole different place.
Yeah, it put a spotlight on it. Like, who is this new kid? And once you heard him, you're like, okay. And, they was like, oh, he sounds like Wayne. That's what it was kind of compare at first. He sounds like Wayne. But nah, it wasn't that.
Well, I remember Wayne even saying early on that he thinks Drake is a bigger star than him already.
He is. It's the truth.
Yeah, I would agree.
Numbers, it is what it is now.
It is what it is. Okay, so then the Cash Money deal came together.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, what started to happen?
We started working on So Far Gone. We always was working on it because that's when Wayne was on tour and we were just, on a bus riding. And, we go to every city and we, work on the So Far Gone album in the hotel room.
Okay. And Best I Ever Had was on the So Far Gone album,
yes.
Right? Songs were leaking and so forth, but at least to me, when I heard that, because I've been hearing the name a little bit, but
right.
when I heard that song, I'm like, oh, okay, it's
now, I remember when he recorded that song, and he sent. I believe I was home in Houston, and he hit me like, "Yo, I got a song." I don't think he really liked the song again. I don't think it even was going to even go on there, honestly. And he sent me a voice note. I was like, whoa. I was like, that's the one. And I just knew like that song was the one. And shit, it was the one.
How did Kanye end up hooking up for the video? Because Kanye directed the video, right?
You know what? I think through G. Because G was managing Kanye and everything. So that's how that all developed. And G was, part of management. G Roberson. So.
Okay. After Best I Ever Had came out, what happened?
That's when it was time to change our lives. I stopped school, I got on the road. It was, it was time to put the play together. It was like, okay, we have everybody's ears now. Now let's make it happen.
Right. And I think I don't know when this was, but I remember Drake was on stage and he brought you on stage to wish you a happy birthday, and then he gave
Oh,
you a Lamborghini.
yeah.
He gave you a Lamborghini afterwards.
Yeah. That was when was that? Was it my birthday? Yeah, it was my birthday. Yeah, we had it was the Houston show. I think it was the last show. It was the Houston show, and he surprised me with the Lambo. Before that, I helped him with a Maybach, so it was kind of like, okay.
Oh, that's what that was. It was a little.
So we got him a nice '62 Maybach, made that happen.
Okay. So, what changed in your life once Drake started going through the roof?
I mean, it changing my life. It was just time for me to get to work. Like I had what I asked for. It was just see how it played out. I always was a cool, calm kid. It just now it's time. Like, okay, I got something I like. I got something that people want to hear. I don't want to. I always was the type that people were like, oh, you in this position because of your dad, or you this. Some of that is true, but my dad showed us a way and gave us the opportunity to do all of this. Now it just takes us to do it, and I did it.
Well, how does it feel? With as much success as Jas Prince has had in the music industry, your artist has actually surpassed all the artists on Rap-A-Lot. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, do you ever kind of, give your dad a hard time over that?
Nah, because at the end of the day, that's my partner. So we in it together. Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So, I mean, it's just a legacy that I just continue to grow. Rap-A-Lot now, young empire. So it's nothing to be like, ha, ha, ha. It's like, all right, let's keep it moving. What's next? Tone.
Well, I mean, I say that because, parents want their kids to do better than them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's happy. He's happy, but, we work together. I don't do nothing without my dad, so.
Now, at one point, it seemed like your relationship with Cash Money stopped working out. Mm-hmm. There was a series of lawsuits and so forth. Like, what exactly went wrong?
I mean, certain things I can't talk about, but it just, to the point where it's like I feel like I deserve what what belongs to me, and that is, not just saying that it's just the money, but I mean, I haven't got paid yet.
Okay, and how long has this been going on court-wise?
Too damn long. Too damn long. I'm ready for it to be over with, man. But it's cool. I don't really sit and think about it.
Well, originally, I think that the lawsuit started around 2012. It's 2016, so like 4 years now?
Too long.
Too long.
Too long.
Now, when you look at Cash Money and you look at Baby, he's had a lot of lawsuits. A lot. Like I know my lawyer has sued Cash Money like at least 3 or 4 times. Yeah. That's just my lawyer. Mm-hmm. I don't have the world's biggest lawyer. It's just one. My lawyer is actually the same lawyer that got Wendy Day her money from Cash Money, because she's the one that hooked him up with that original deal with Universal, and they didn't want to pay her. She had to sue and get that money.
I don't get it either.
When you look at Cash Money's track record of that type of thing, what's your take on it?
I mean, shit, do what's right, really. Like, I don't know, man. They don't really have a good track record of paying people, so they should look at that and figure it out.
What do you think about Wayne's current situation with Cash Money? Because it seemed like it was sort of worked out at one point, and now it's like...
it's love for all of them. There's no hard feelings over here. Just, do what you got to do, because we're going to do what we got to do.
Drake is sort of caught in the middle of all this. How does Drake feel about your situation with Cash Money?
See, me and Drake relationship, we brothers, man. It is what it is. He has problems. We all have problems. So, we just take care of each other. and everything else is gonna happen. As long as me and him got each other, and we making, doing what we love, I ain't worried about it.
Are you still involved with him musically?
Yeah, like we talk, and I be in the studio and send beats or whatever we got to do. But Drake, that's he's his own machine. Like he knows what he's doing. He know how to do certain things. So I let him be him.
What's your take on views?
Views. What is your take on views?
Well, I'll be honest. I don't like views as much as if you're reading This Is Too Late.
I think views was more for the city. You know what I'm saying? Because all it was just set up for all the stuff he's dropping now. Like people want to hear more rapping and all that. He just gave you, an album 4 to 6. And then he come back with 4 p.m. Calabasas and For Free and the Gucci stuff and all the other stuff he about to release. So
yeah,
it's all planned out well because it's still sold.
Yeah, I mean it's been streamed like 1 billion times.
Goddamn.
It's gone double platinum.
Hey.
So really, my opinion don't matter a fuck. Like
soon.
Whether I love it or don't love it, it really doesn't matter because clearly 1 billion people have liked it enough to check it out.
It's crazy, just like the first day numbers. It just, I don't know, man. I just like till this day, I still be like, damn, like I really changed the game in a way.
Well, yeah, I mean because I remember originally because I was working at SRC at the time, and people were mentioning Drake in the in the office. And one of the guys mentioned like, yeah, I don't think this dude gonna go because he was on Degrassi, and he got that whole
light skin
kid actor stigma against him. So once people find that out, they ain't gonna fuck with it, and it kind of
helped.
Yeah, I mean, because people kind of knew him from that.
Yeah, it helped. Like when you first look at Drake, you don't look at him as a rapper. You don't think he's a rapper. Or any of that. You're like, okay, but once he starts spitting, you hearing this shit, you're like, okay, we get it.
Yeah. What was your take being so involved in Drake's career? What was your take over the whole Drake Meek Mill thing?
Man, I really don't get into it unless I have to, unless I'm called to get into it, or unless I need some assistance in any way. So it's tricky because, I'm cool with Meek too. Meek is the homie, but my brother is more cool with Meek. And then it's me, like, Drake is cool with my brother, but I'm more cool with Drake. So it's kind of like, all right, where are we going with this? We can't have this, and then people gonna think like, oh, the 2 Prince brothers are at it. No, we don't even get into that like that. So it's.
Well, I mean, I'm a fan of both.
It's just some things like, it's no disrespect to any side, but it's just some things you just gotta let go, bro. And especially, like, I don't know, man. Drake is just a great artist, and he know how to put words together and write great songs that everyone would like.
Well, I mean, one thing that surprised me is I didn't think Drake had a back-to-back in him. Because he's not a confrontational dude.
He got a back-to-back.
He didn't come from battle rap and dissing people, but back-to-back came out and everyone was like,
listen, he has a back-to-back.
What do you mean?
And he got them all day. He could put that out all day, back-to-back.
Yeah. And the interesting thing also, us being in hip hop for so long, when the whole ghostwriting thing was brought up, it seemed like nobody cared.
But this is the thing. It's like, there's not no ghostwriter. It's like, who doesn't be in a studio with their boys or whoever, and people throw out an idea or say something? You might be like, okay, cool. And not like, oh, I'm about to write all your lyrics or whatever. Like, who doesn't do that? The greatest have done that. But you just want to pick on Drake or whoever. Like, Meek have done it. Like, it's some things that you have that you like. That was just dumb, in my opinion.
Well, but what I'm saying is nobody cared.
Exactly.
Like,
I sure don't care.
Nobody cared. The record sales did not fall. Like
It
the
just
concert,
made
people
it
kept
sell
going to the
even.
concerts.
I feel like it made it sell even bigger. Like you talking about it, okay, he's still killing it.
Do you feel like, okay, so your brother is close to Meek, and you're close to Drake. Everything being so intermixed, do you think, and your dad sort of being the king of bringing people together, you think your dad could bring Drake and Meek in the same room and work it out?
If he wanted to, he could. If he wanted to, but they both gonna, it's just different meetings we'll have to have with each one of them to see if that's something that they want to do. And if they agree to do that, we most definitely can make it happen. Now, after that meeting, it's up to them. But once we sit there and lay it out, yeah, it's in the air.
Do you think it'll ever happen?
I'm not sure. I don't really know. I'm not even focused on that right now. That's petty to me. I ain't focused on that. I got bigger plans and more important shit to think about than some bullshit.
Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, nothing really bad happened between them. It's just words.
Yeah.
No one got hurt. No major amount of money got stolen or anything.
I pray that nothing happens still.
Yeah.
So, we just make these records, man, and let's all get money and have fun, man. Let's all go on a big ass tour.
Exactly.
Goddamn Chris, Meek, and Drake.
That would be, imagine that tour.
Imagine
Chris
it.
Brown, Meek Mill, and Drake. Imagine that. Like, imagine the stadiums that would fill up.
Come on, it would be huge, but everybody don't think like me.
So, your ex is Christina Milian.
Yeah, here you go.
It's a Vlad TV, baby. You should already know.
What's
coming
up?
into
Come
this.
on, shoot it at me.
Now, how does that work out, considering that you're close to Wayne and that's Wayne's ex and everything else like that?
What you mean how it worked out?
I mean, was there any sort of tension because of that?
Well, it was mine before his.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you were dating Christina Milian, and then she ended up.
I was engaged to Christina.
You were engaged to Christina Milian.
Yeah.
You're right. I forgot about that. You were engaged to Christina Milian, and then she ended up.
Yeah, I actually helped her get that deal over there with him.
She was signed to Cash Money, man.
I put that
You're right.
together,
I forgot
so,
all about that.
yeah.
Okay, so you were engaged to Christina Milian. She ended up getting a deal with Cash Money.
Yeah.
And then you guys broke up.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Did it have anything to do with Wayne?
I wouldn't say it had nothing to do with Wayne, but I mean, it was, we were in a relationship and, we just, as shit happens. I feel like shit always just come back around in a down way. We just, we both saw different things and, we just separated and, she got with Wayne.
Well, you're talking about engaged. That means that you guys were planning on getting married, having children. This is not just a girl that you're dating. This is someone you're very serious about building your life with. What ultimately caused that breakup?
I don't even know. We're cool though, so it don't even matter. Like me and her cool. Like we talk, we see each other, we kick it. I always would love Violet. So, that shit is in the past, you know what I'm saying? And we moved on from it. I ain't mad that it happened. I learned a lot from it. You know what I'm saying? It put me back on my game on a lot of things. I got tone now. So I'm not mad at it.
Now, she was signed to Cash Money, but there was no album that actually came out on Cash Money.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Not saying that her album wasn't good, but I just felt like there's a lot of other things going on over there that, it wasn't even really what it was supposed to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, as someone who runs a business, one of the things that I've always held on to is you never have personal relations with your employees or people you do business with. Like, I've never done that. There's never been anyone that accused me of that type of thing.
Right.
You think that that's a recipe for disaster?
Man,
right
it was more into that, man. It just was, man. You know how some people get, man, and they just feel like they could just do what they want to do, but it is what it is. I wish all of them the best. I wish them the best when they were dating. So that's just me. I don't sit here and just gonna be like, oh, it is what it is. We cool.
That's what's up. You and Wayne are still cool?
No,
No.
I haven't even spoke to him.
Really? How long has it been?
I don't think about that shit. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I talked to Wayne. It's been a while.
Yeah.
A while.
But you and Christina Milian are cool again.
We're cool. We always gonna be cool.
Yep. Well, you know, anyone that you have that deep of a relationship with, there's going to be a time where y'all mad at each other, but ultimately you go back to the foundation of the relationship.
We cool. Like we always gonna love each other. No matter we dating or talking ever again, it's a respect level we have for each other. So we cool, man.
There was a rumor at one point about you and Drea.
And who?
Drea Michelle?
Oh no. you need to stay off of Google.
Okay, so that part's not true.
Nah, Dre's the homie, man. I known Dre for a while. Like, that's the homie. Like, no, that's not my baby or any of that dumb shit.
I didn't say all that. You said that.
But that's the shit they saying now. Like, nah.
Oh, they're actually saying that her baby is actually your baby? That was the rumor?
Yeah. Oh, Drea, that's Jas' baby, or you got her pregnant. Come on, y'all. Best believe. I'm a Prince, so if that's my baby, you gonna know it.
Absolutely. Now, Love and Hip Hop Houston is coming.
No.
It was either you or your brother or something. Was that all wrong?
Yeah, all wrong. I ain't with it. He ain't with it. So the show could forget it.
But you heard the rumors though.
Of course I heard the rumors, but no, I ain't. See, the Prince fan, we don't, that's not us. Like, we have a legacy, we have a dynasty. We can't let some show just come and make us look any certain way. The South ain't built like that. We trill out here. We ain't with that Hollywood stuff and all that. No. We ain't with it in Houston, Texas.
I feel you, because I've done guest appearances on Love and Hip Hop, but me actually interviewing people, I got to, I maintain my brand, I maintain my integrity. But I've been offered to do reality shows. I've always turned them down.
Certain ones are cool, but just not the way that they try to make people look or all that drama. We ain't with that out here, man. Like, we'll pull up. We ain't with all that faking for camera and doing all that, because no, people out here are really out here. Like, the city ain't even rocking like that. It's Hollywood. It's for them Hollywood people that's trying to be seen and all that. But we in the South, we ain't raised like that in Houston, Texas.
Right. Although they do have a Love and Hip Hop Atlanta,
yeah,
which is probably the most popular franchise in that.
Yeah, that's Atlanta. That ain't Houston.
Yeah. Houston ain't on that, huh?
We got order out here.
Love it, man. So let's talk about your background.
Okay.
So your father is James Prince,
yes, sir.
AKA Lil J, and I had just interviewed Scarface. I had just interviewed Willie D.
Okay.
Ghetto Boys was one of my favorite groups of all time. I bought not the first Ghetto Boys album, but the first like big album, the one with the mug shots. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Who's that? Who's on there? Ready Red? Is there Red on there?
Yeah, Ready Red, Bushwick Bill, Willie D, and Scarface.
I can see it.
Yep. And that was, I feel like, the start of Southern hip hop. Not to say that was the very first group that ever came out, rap group or rapper that came out the South, because I know that's not true. But in terms of the impact that it made, it was almost like the NWA of the South.
Okay.
Would you agree with me on that?
I can agree. I feel like not just rap a lot, but the Ghetto Boys, we put a stamp on the South and kind of, know what was going on down here besides on the East Coast and the West Coast. Because I know, like my dad always told me, like he always look at the West Coast as a piece of bread and the East Coast as another piece, and the South, we the meat. We got all the flavor. So
right.
That's where it came at.
Now, how old were you during the early days of Rap A Lot?
Man, I was a baby. I mean, Rap A Lot started in 86, 87, and I was born in 87, so.
So were you in the studios like early on when they were recording some of this stuff?
I really would. I doubt it. I doubt it.
Okay.
My dad, you know, he always like kept us away from like that life. You know what I'm saying? Like he never really, you know, as a child, we never listened to profanity, and he kind of kept us away from that. So as we got older, we started trying to, you know, tap into it and not. So, nah, I wasn't around. I've been to the studios and everything, but you know, it wasn't an atmosphere for me as a kid.
That's interesting because the CEO of one of the most profanity-ridden groups, like, you know, in history, keeps his kids away from the profanity.
Yeah, my dad is really big on family and God and all that, and you know he feels like, you know, he done it all. We shouldn't have to, you know, take certain routes and do certain things. So he, you know, he has provided us with everything we need, so why not take advantage of that?
So what was it like growing up with your dad? Because your dad is a very respected figure in the South and in music in general. You know, at what point did you realize who your dad was?
I realized it more just growing up, man, because, you know, just being around, you know, a guy like my father, you see the respect level that he has, and people acknowledging him, and you know, just around the world. I hear, you know, oh, your dad is the man or whatever, and I'm like, okay, like that's my dad. But me growing up and seeing the moves he make and seeing how he move and how people, you know, react to him, it was like, okay, it's deeper than that. So, you know, that was more of the level that when I see it, it was like, okay, we on to something now. Let's just figure it out.
Yep. Now the interesting thing about Jas Prince is that a lot of people know him from the music side, but like he owned like a car dealership when he was like 20 years old, and he had a lot of different businesses. Like explain sort of the entirety of Jas Prince's empire for people that don't know.
Someone that's from Fifth Ward, Texas, that, you know, didn't have much growing up, but, you know, was blessed enough to find a way to get past all that. He's, you know, he put God first. That's first of all. Before, you know, we do anything, he always, you know, taught us to pray, and we always went to Bible study and church every Sunday. No matter how late he was out, you know, he'll stay up and I don't know, because like we go to church at, I think it was like 9:45 or 11:45, and we'll just see him coming in, and he'll get up, let's go to church, y'all. Like my dad loved animals growing up. Like he always hunted or had chickens or like all that stuff, and he was into like building cars too, old antique cars. So, you know, that's where his first love was, like growing up in boxing. He loved boxing before anything. And the way he came with Rap A Lot was, my uncle Thelton was, you know, he rapped. And my dad, you know, he told his brother, like, if you go to school or whatnot, I'll help you pursue your dream. And they called him Sir Rap A Lot. That was his rap name. So that's how he got the name Rap A Lot.
Oh, your dad was a rapper?
No, his brother.
His brother was a rapper named Sir Rap A Lot.
So that's how he named the label Rap A Lot.
Ah, okay. We just learned some hip hop history right now.
Yeah.
I love it. So it seems like when there's conflict in hip hop, certain rappers don't get along or whatever else. Because I remember I had interviewed Lil Flip.
Okay,
and
T.I.
I asked Lil Flip how this long-standing war with T.I finally got resolved, and he said,
we sat down, we had a conversation. Yep.
Okay, and this was face-to-face over the phone?
Nah, it was a meeting, face-to-face, you know. Me, him, and Jas Prince. And yeah, we sat down and had a.
Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised that Jas Prince it was the third person in this meeting?
Right.
Okay, so Jas Prince was the one that kind of reached out to the both of y'all and basically said y'all need to work it out?
Right. That's how it went.
Yeah, I was there.
You were there?
I was there.
How did that conversation go?
I mean, that's the thing. It's not too much conversation when it comes from my old man. You know, he lay it out there, and if, you know, whatever side we agree is that. And that's where it comes with the respect level that people have for him. So it's not really too much of, you know, lip wrestling, as he would say. So, you know, things get pretty resolved around here.
Why do you think that there's so many people go to your dad to resolve these type of issues?
Respect. I mean, you can't buy respect. And it's something that has, you know, been through the roots for a long time. So it's beyond just saying he is, you know, he's Jas Prince, you know. They have, you know, respect for him, and he, you know, he showed the same love to everyone. So it's not no greedy or air, you know, it's him. It's my dad, a quiet man on the phone all day.
You know, your dad runs rap a lot, and he's been involved in the hip hop industry for a long time. And in the industry, there's a lot of bullshit.
True.
There's a lot of shady characters. There's a lot of deals, you know, that don't go through, false promises. There's the street element of it. When you talk about how you've been raised and your dad not allowing you to hear cuss words, taking you to church all the time.
Summer jobs, all that.
Did he try to keep you away from the music industry, or
No,
when you told
never.
him you want to do it, he embraced it?
Never. He never tried to keep us away. Like, he always, you know, he let us grow, but, you know, tell us what's right or wrong. And I just found my love for music just being a rapper out during the summer. I started I started sweeping floors. It was my summer job. I swept floors at Rap Lot, and I moved up to work in the mail room, like putting a package together, and like street team. Then I moved into the office. That's when I was like, okay, let's get it. So that's when I had a talk when I was like, this is what I want to do. And he was like, what you want to do? Go find something with a buzz. And I was like, I could do that. So I went out and before that, I was getting all the features for all the albums. I got Trey Songz on the Bun B album. I got who's that? Snoop on Devin's album. I got Wayne. I was just the person that's a go-getter. Like I don't know. I'm a strong believer in, like, I'm passionate. You know, when I believe in something, I go for it. I don't like no. Don't tell me no, because I'm going to find a way to make it happen.
What do you think about the whole situation?
Man, my point of view, man, I really feel like they tried to paint a bad picture on my brother and tried to make him look like he was a hater. It was some envy, jealousy type shit, you know what I'm saying? And actuality, you know what I'm saying? Bro been having this shit, man. He been in the condo.
I got my hat on and I had my Coke bottles up under my hat. And I'm sitting at the dinner table like an asshole with the hat on, knowing she gonna tell me to take it off. And I'm just sitting there just gulping down, you know, in my zone. She said, take that goddamn hat off at the dinner table. I'm like, come on, Mom. Coke everywhere.